Diamonds in my teeth, I got a lot of shine. Running up the number, that's a lot of crime. Try to take it from me, must be out your mind. I'm big time, lot of sun. Smoky in the air, that's a lot of pine. Pockets running over with the dollar sign. Try to take it from me, yeah. Big time, big time, big time.
Welcome to episode 362 of Fourth and Jawn. I'm Gail Saunders here with Evan Hollywood Hearn and Mr. Mal in the building. Today it's the wiki update. You know, we're gonna bring up some new stuff. We're gonna bring up some old stuff, like Vic Fangio and Miles Sanders. But we're also gonna talk about some quick OTA updates. Obviously, it's the dog days of the off season where it's you're betting on baseball to get you through things. A couple OTA notes. You've totally given up on the Sixers
completely,
and now you are just sitting here thinking about how you're going to commute on I-95 as I-95 has collapsed in Philly. But there's a lot going on. I mean, it's a lot going on, especially when you got to commute. But overall, I think we're here in the dog days of summer. I mean, how are you guys feeling as we're? Do you need more? You need more football?
I need some more football, man. I personally do. I've been saying it, you know, now that the NBA season is officially done and over with. First of all, congrats to the Nuggets. You know what I mean? They were the best team this year.
Good man.
Man, you got to give it up, bro.
Chill.
Nah.
Good man.
But
Chill.
Malcolm, I don't know how you're going to rebut first in the NBA postseason points, rebounds, and assists. The man was first in every category.
I thought this was the Eagles podcast. What's going on right now?
Well, we were talking about 95.
This the agenda. This is an agenda you got going. I don't want to hear this.
The agenda.
It's an anti-Embiid agenda, bro. Nah, go ahead. I'm just fucking with you.
But anyway, on the whole 95 thing, thankful that nobody. Tragic that driver of the tanker truck that happened with him, but. It's a miracle that nobody else had gotten injured from that, man. I mean, with a whole ass bridge collapsing, that's horrifying, dude. That, to be honest with you, that is one of those not possible but still possible fears. Every single time I drive underneath of those, I'm like, what if this motherfucker just fell on top of me right now? And that happened. I think it's kind of a pain in the ass considering it's just north of the city. Had it been like exit 22 in the middle of the city, you could use the city streets to get to whichever end of 95 you need to get to, but now we're just blocked off north of Philadelphia if you live inside of the city. It's kind of wild. But to the Eagles point, man, these are truly the dog days of summer. I'm sitting here scratching for any little, if I can get any little DeVonta Smith catch or AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts hitting a home run, give me something, man. How are you guys feeling?
Yeah. Primo, what up, buddy? How you feeling?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Chilling, man.
Yeah, so I guess I caught the end of that whole 95 tragedy, man. That shit is some crazy stuff that's been going on. I've been dealing with it for the past 2 days with all the traffic that I've been having to go through to get home. So just trying to figure things out has been a little bit hectic. But other than that, I don't know if you talked upon what we did this past weekend, Gail.
Not yet.
Yeah, all right, you haven't hit on that yet, but all right. Well, then I'll wait till we get to that subject.
Yeah, I've been into like next year's draft prospects and stuff. I have a whole little infant child, so it's always ways to fill this time. But as far as like football, yeah, man, I miss it. It was exciting to see some of the OTAs. They was talking about Quez Watkins and Sirianni. That's who he named as like a standout. Some interviews to watch and stuff like that. I'm just excited about training camp. Yeah, that's it, man. You know, I gave up on the Sixers. I don't really watch. Though July 1st, we taking MJ to see his first Phillies game. Excited about that because baseball was my first love and passion. So excited to share that with him. And I never really got into the Flyers. I don't fully comprehend hockey. So yeah, man.
You can't be out on the Sixers and be talking about we can't have an anti-Embiid agenda.
Oh nah,
Two,
because
two
I'm
can't
out.
exist. And I'm not on the
they absolutely
anti-Embiid
can.
agenda.
They
Bro,
absolutely can
even if
coexist.
we made it to
I'm
the
just on
finals,
the
we had no
acknowledging
chance.
of I was wrong, bro.
We had no
I was
chance.
on
Oh, about
Embiid's allowed to
Jokic,
be the second best player in the league.
Yeah,
Jokic
nah,
proved
Jokic a
himself this
hooper,
year.
for sure. And Jamal Murray, I think more than anything, and I think it speaks to the Eagles too, is that Denver had a well-constructed team, right? That like from a team standpoint, you have to have your stars, you have to have the people that you rely on.
Coaching.
You also have good coaching adjustments. You also have to have high level role players. And like that's what Denver had, right? Like they had dudes that were cast off and like they now found their perfect role here in Denver. And I feel that same way about, Philly. Excited to see Greedy, excited to see, Edmonds, excited to see Morrow. Like, how can these guys who were potentially cast off from other places fit in as high level role players around a team that already has established stars? So yeah, man, we got what?
I'm curious on one thing that you said. You talked about you're already looking kind of at the draft prospects of next year.
Yeah.
So who are kind of some guys that are catching your eye this far ahead of the game?
I mean, realistically, I kind of started with the QB group just because that's sort of where I start anyway. Yeah, Caleb. You have Bo Nix, who I really am not a big fan of, but you all have Drake May from North Carolina. Yep. There's I forget his name, Benjamin from Florida State, who was kind of interesting. I'm always curious. It sort of starts with the quarterbacks for me, and then I watch Georgia's defense because we're gonna end up with a bulldog on defense. I forget their slot corner hybrid safety. I forget his name right now, but they got a couple boys on that team too. So, start there and then just kind of start building it out. Already mock drafting and Prime. I know you sick to hear them words, but can't never stop mock drafting.
I was just letting you finish, but I'm like, God damn, the struggle just to get through this past draft, and y'all already talking draft picks. Like,
got to, man.
Now, Evan was talking about the winning culture of Denver. Now, let's talk about the winning culture of the DeVonta Smith softball game. And again, we went to the first one. So me and Prime have went to back-to-back years. That winning culture, I thought last year, in terms of the vibes that were started amongst the players, I thought it started there. To be honest, like you could see it on full display. This year, this place was double the size packed. Now, if you ever go to Iron Pigs game in Allentown, I've been to a couple of them. The parking lot wasn't that full every time I went. This parking lot was so packed that they sent us to a back lot. There was tons of people there. I thought the vibes were right. I know T.O. made his presence aware and basically hit a home run, trotted around the bases, and signed home plate with a Sharpie. So I felt like T.O.'s being T.O. And if you never went to a Lehigh camp with T.O. at it, he was a rock star. So he's got a lot of love in that area. So everyone was pleased to see him. I know Prime was who are you most excited to see at the game?
Was Canseco not there? Nah, Canseco wasn't there. Actually, the person that I was interested in seeing was Gilly the King, man. That dude, he's nonstop, like hilarious. It was cool to see him. But touching upon what you mentioned, man, the chemistry these guys once again had this year on Sunday. It all, like, just the way they came together, but it seemed like this time it definitely expanded onto the other side. And then with these future Hall of Famers, well, not future Hall of Famers, but like these old school players, you know what I mean? Brandon Marshall, T.O., they were having a fun time. They were having a great time. And then you saw some of the interviews these guys gave after the game about how they wished they would have played in Philadelphia back in the day. Like, that's the type of stuff that I love to hear, man. The way they just expand all this stuff, like, man, it's crazy. But these guys were just having fun. Pulled off another victory for DeVonta Smith's team. Even DeVonta had a home run, man. Like, that was a little shocker. I mean,
I was gonna say Dallas Goedert seems like he's about that softball life, bro.
That's
back-to-back home run derby wins, right?
He had like 8 home runs in the third round. He was Jake Elliott. For those of you who don't know how talented Jake Elliott is, he's the kicker, and I know Evan says we'll always say kickers are people too, but this dude is a bowler. He plays ping pong. He plays basketball. He's a golfer, and he's got some game in softball too.
Yeah.
I mean, I said before, I think he comes across as, I'm not sure if you ever had one of those friends that like you try out a new sport when you guys are younger, and he's just naturally good at like anything you guys try out. He just gives me those kind of vibes.
The one note that I took from, not one note, but one moment, I had a concerned Evan dad moment. Jalen Hurts just randomly, you know, he's sliding into third, but first of all, he's sliding, and it was a
clean slide, bro.
It was a clean slide. He got right up, and so it was.
But did you see the raspberry he had on his leg?
Yeah, that's all right. Skin grows back.
I'm just saying,
it's football, bro.
But the collective, you know, I'm trying to think of the word.
Was the crowd all like?
You heard that all at.
Just the guy next to me was the only one.
I was like, bro.
I mean, I always get nervous about those sorts of situations with him specifically, right? Because this team hinges off of the ability of Jalen Hurts to play well. So yeah, I mean, I didn't see the slide, but I feel like anytime I'm watching him do something that he isn't wrapped in bubble wrap, bro, I'm nervous, man. If he ain't on the field or wrapped in bubble wrap, I'm nervous, bro.
Man, Jalen's a whole different person, bro.
Oh, without a question. He a beast like that, but still, like, yo, accidents happen, right? Like, you know what I mean?
And you know who ruined extracurricular activities for Philadelphia sports fans is Andrew Bynum, man. Expected him to come in, and then he blows his knee out bowling, bro. Like, it's those types of freak injuries that like, that stick in the back of my mind whenever we do those things.
It's like the worst memories, like Andrew Bynum, like yeah. But shout out to
process.
Shout out to Will. He got his sweatshirt that we sent him.
Yes, sir,
4th of Jawn sweatshirt. Thank you for repping per usual.
Where my sweatshirt at, bro?
I think you got us. You got a nice little jacket.
No. Hold on. We talking about sweatshirts now. You know, I got the jacket.
We got a 4th of Jawn thong waiting for you, Mal.
Chill. Don't disrespect me, yo.
But phenomenal.
Don't disrespect me, bro.
Phenomenal.
Look at you.
But should we bring up old shit or start with some OTA notes?
Bring up some old shit.
Okay. Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
You know, on the lack of Super Bowl touches, he said, last game of the season, for all of the marbles, everybody can answer that question. If they put themselves in my shoes, would they be happy? I don't want to make headlines, but if it does, I don't care. I think a lot of fans will collectively think, Miles, what are you talking about, bro? Like, we love you, but
he's kind of talking like he didn't put the ball on the ground. Like the instant he touched it. Twice.
I think he had the yips.
Hey, man, and that happens to players. And like, you know what? I think that I agree that I think that if we were able to utilize Miles Sanders more in that game, there could have been a different outcome. But you can't overlook the fact that the reason we stopped utilizing him is because he showed like he was pissing down his leg in the first quarter, bro. Yes. The moment was too big.
Ellen DeGenesis joined the chat.
Yo, I was gonna say, do not click the link, bro. Do not click. If you looking for the softball game, don't trust Ellen. You about to get got.
Well, somebody. We'll get on that.
Man. Come on, let's be serious right now, right? That like we all watched the Super Bowl. Exactly. Yo, you put the rock on the ground. The one thing that you can't do as a running back is put the rock on the ground. You did it twice. And in 2 instances in which you were able to recover it, or it wasn't a turnover, had either or both of them been turnovers, that joint turns into a blowout, son. And so don't sit back and start complaining that you didn't get the rep you were supposed to. No, we're not giving you the ball more. Fool, you fumbled twice. We have other people on this team. Jalen's airing it out now. Like, it's a different offense. He's going to go to Carolina and get a culture shock. I don't know if he watched game film of what Carolina was looking like last year. Bryce Young can't save you, my boy. That's not Jalen Hurts. And so you're also not running behind a shit ton of all pros. Like, I don't get why these dudes leave the city, leave a team that really helped them get to the prominence that they have, and then start complaining. That's how many people left from last year's Super Bowl damn team talking crazy about this team and talking crazy about the city. Calm down, boy.
And
I also run for 1,200 in Carolina and then come back and start talking again.
Well, and that's exactly kind of my point is that Miles Sanders, when he was here, and you think about like what this offense was in this past season, like realistically, he was probably the fourth, fifth most effective guy, I would say, in our offense. Now he's going down to Carolina, dude. He's kind of got to be the
That guy.
centerpiece of that offense. He has to be that guy in order for Carolina to have success. When you have a rookie quarterback, you can only expect so much out of him. And with DJ Moore gone, what does their wide receiver situation even look like at this point?
Exactly.
Like I think that as far as past, it's going to be a rough first season for Bryce Young if Miles Sanders does not just completely ball out for him, man, and take some of that pressure off.
I gotta say that I'm surprised that it even took this long before he came out the mouth with something. I thought I thought he was going to end up talking shit way earlier than what he did. So I'm not surprised that he came out with his feelings. It only took but 3-4 months until he finally decided to go ahead and speak up on it. But he's gotta understand, man. I mean, we were set all around on that team. So I mean, for him to think that he was just going to be that main guy and he was the main reason, I mean, nah, bro. I mean, it was a team effort. We had to spread that ball out, tremendously with the rest of the team that day, and we fell short. But for you to go thinking that we had a better chance, or the lack of ball carries you had in that game played a factor, like, nah, like, relax, dude. I mean, it's not really that serious. I mean, mad respect to you, and I got love for Miles Sanders. I mean, I'm a big Miles fan, but I'm not surprised that he's coming out the mouth feeling the way he is.
And you do Prom's not lying because he's got something blown up on the back. Up there on the wall. So
get out your man, Joe. Tell him cut it out with all of that.
Well, I'm about to get at him because he's about to lose that spot.
Get at him, man.
Put him in the garage. Put him in the garage. Just for a day.
And just to fall over and bend half and throw it away. You know how this goes. You in that garage, it's a wrap.
You know the outcome, bro. Man. You can't make it in the garage, you're done.
And like, think about the 49er game, right? Like, it was Kenny G that was cooking for us. And so, Miles Sanders, you were able to capitalize. You was able to go get the bag in a running back market that's completely flatlined. You made some of the best money in the offseason. You went to a team, like, you did the thing. There's really nothing to be mad about, my boy. Like, you went and got your money. And so I've never been a person, I move on to a new opportunity and I'm always thinking about that last thing. That you killing yourself on both sides. And so, I don't know, man. I'm out on Miles Sanders. Like, good luck.
And that's the thing is that, like, I understand his frustration maybe for that one game why he didn't get the ball enough, but exactly what you're saying, and the fact that, like, dude, you don't get this big money contract without having the success with the Eagles, and for you to to get that money and then turn around and then essentially bite the hand that fed you, whatever, dude.
And it's funny that not funny, but there's two running backs who attended Penn State, both brothers, I consider them the bros, but Miles Sanders and the other guy who showed up to the DeVonta Smith softball game, Saquon Barkley, is having an issue with the Giants and getting a contract. But he kind of like mentioned Miles and the whole, like, what the situation with running backs is and how this, how the top running backs are getting faced with like a tough situation these days. I just think it is what it is. It's the market. The market is the market. I know the Eagles, if you look what they did, and we call, for last week's show, we talked about dollar menuing the whole thing. We got 4 or 5 guys for the price of Miles. So now we have Saquon Barkley in New York not wanting to sign his deal. And he talks about what he did for the team, the New York Giants. And then if there's some kind of loyalty. But in this game of the NFL, there's no loyalty in business.
If they had guaranteed contracts, you could talk loyalty. The fact that your contract's only partially guaranteed, they're not loyal to you, man. And like, Saquon is the centerpiece of their offense. Miles is not the centerpiece of the Eagles. And so one is not the same to the other. If you put Miles Sanders in New York and you put Saquon in Philly, we win the Super Bowl, bro. We probably don't lose to Tampa the year before because you could rely on him in a way you can't rely on Miles Sanders. And so, I think what the Giants are doing is fucked up to Saquon because he carried them when they ain't have shit. Miles Sanders, bro, you ain't do shit.
So let me watch
you do shit, nothing for 3 years, and then come out and have a great season, and now you crying. What is going on?
Let me ask you this quick question. So now, if the situation presents itself, I know people were talking about Dalvin Cook, and if Saquon Barkley for some reason was like, F the Giants, what does it take to get me on the Eagles? What would you say if that situation?
Freaking Jalen Hurts going to have like 500 passing yards this year between trying to get all our running backs the ball. Like there's just no space for him.
Now is this?
If you were to ask me, let me kind of switch that question around. Would you rather have DeAndre Swift and Rashad Penny, or would you rather have Saquon?
Saquon Barkley.
Saquon.
No
rather
question.
than both of those guys?
No questions asked.
I mean, if we're talking money and you're trying to penny pinch, then it's a different story. But like,
let's not talk about money. Let's just talk about.
I'm just like, it's a window. It's a window year.
I can respect that. I'm just glad he plays football and not baseball.
I mean,
you will have to combine Rashad Penny and whatchamacallit together, and then maybe. But that's Saquon Barkley, right? Like he could run between the tackles, he could catch. Like he's arguably outside of CMC the best receiving back in the game, bro. In this offense, it would be phenomenal.
Jeez, I mean, but the thing is, he shows up to DeVonta Smith softball game, but does not show up to camp. So he's making a statement.
Posturing, bro.
I like it.
Yeah, that's spicy. I like spicy.
He's still got to like show out there that he's still in shape and whatnot, even though he's swinging and missing and striking out and slow pitch softball. But
chill. You're not a softball player here.
Not at all. Not at all, man.
Brian.
After his first swing, I knew he was going to strike out.
Jay says, gone are the days of going to Lehigh with watching every practice and going to a wild water kingdom across the highway.
Wild water kingdom. That's a throwback.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine rooting for Saquon in the Giants. Switching to a Eagles uniform, that would be.
Dude, are you kidding? You couldn't imagine it.
This scenario.
I'm just saying, I sucked it up and rooted for what's his face, DeMarco Murray.
Oh.
I found out a way.
Ugh.
Yeah, I think
tried my hardest.
That was tough. That was tough.
Now Deshae puts on his GM cap. He says, "I'm not paying nobody QBs anything over 10 mil, and that's pushing it."
I'm not paying nobody's QB, but what are you talking about?
I think he's saying that he's not paying anything other than QBs over 10 mil.
Oh, gotcha.
You gonna have a poorly constructed football team, my boy.
Yeah, your defensive line is gonna be kind of
your offensive line, your wide receivers, your cornerbacks. Oh, baby. Yeah, they're gonna be on you about that. But no, I mean, I get what he's saying, and like that's why we were asking, does money matter or not? If money matters, give me Rashad Penny and Swift.
Yeah, he's saying he's not paying any running back.
Yeah, I got you. Nah, definitely not. It's not worth it. It's definitely not worth it.
Now, Jay said that you can't even watch practice anymore. That is a crock of shit. Well, I'm gonna give you some good news. The Eagles today, they have dropped the Eagles tickets are available for single games and opening for training camp. The practice they went on sale today. I actually bought 3 just in case.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
So you guys are going. I'm not.
You got one for everybody.
One's being left out.
I was just like, let me just get 3 just in case. Then I bought them and I was like, should have bought 4. Should have bought 4. Shout out to John in the chat.
Hey, Dante was in here too. East Coast Gridiron. Shout out, my boy.
Yeah, shout out to Dante. Now, some OTA notes. I mean, it's again the same similar dude seems to be sneaking up on everybody's radar. Not really, because Christian Ellis is the talk of the town.
Yeah.
In terms of picking off multiple quarterbacks, Eagle quarterbacks, I think Christian Ellis. Again, it's the dog days of summer, and it's just OTAs. But again, this is what I expect for guys that are trying to make the team to show up in any situation. I know what's his name, the rookie Mekhi Becton, not Mekhi. What's his name from LSU? Safety, cornerback.
Oh shit!
You know what I'm talking about? Mekhi. UDFA.
Yeah. Mekhi. That's a damn shame. So
he came up with a play, and he punted the ball in the air after making a play, and Sirianni was like, "You haven't done anything yet in the NFL."
Mekhi Garner.
Mekhi Garner. If you're
Who punted the ball, Christian Ellis or Mekhi Garner?
Mekhi Garner. He came up with a big play, and then he punted the ball after the play. As a coach, Coach Evan, what are you saying to Mekhi? Are you sitting him down, or you
go get the ball and run fucking 20 laps, bro? What are you doing?
Ooh, all right, okay. I like it.
I like it. It's happened to me before.
and it's what Sirianni said, right? It's like, yo, bro, we ain't even playing hot. Like, this even the pads. Like, come on, son.
That's why I love this dude, man.
Yeah,
That's why
exactly.
Because like you might have made that one good play, but like we aren't even in training camp yet, bro. You're gonna get embarrassed, and then you want people punting the ball on you every single time you get embarrassed, bro.
And the thing about it, it's a grind, son. Right? That like even playing in high school, you doing 2-a-days and you stretching through the summer. But like as an NFL athlete, son, the OTAs, mini camp, training camp, if you attending all that shit is a grind. And training camp specifically is a grind. So like, don't start out like that, because you got the vets watching you now, and they're like, "Oh, okay, AJ Brown, DeVonta, son, you got some horses that you're gonna have to defend, my boy."
As soon as I heard that, I was like, "Is that why you got undrafted?" It's like, yeah, are these red flags? Yeah, man. They are charging for practice now. It is $10 to go to.
Isn't it donated? Practice. Don't they donate?
It's all donated to the Eagles autism.
Yeah,
nice.
We're still all trying to get into the closed practice at NovaCare. That is the one that you can't get into unless you have.
Unless you got a big Hollis on your side.
I know Prime has the Eagles credit card now. A lot of people have hit me up since last show. They said, "Hey, man, I heard you talk about getting into those practices. How do you get in there?" So
you got Howie's company card.
I know Prime has the Eagles credit card, right? Okay,
I do.
Now with these points, it allows you to go to these practices.
You can cash in for you can cash in for these practices. Actually, shout out to Alex. She's the one that put me onto this. So I'm going to give it a try, see how many I could cash in, see how many tickets I could get out of it. Unlike Gail, you know what I mean? I'm going to think about 4 people, not just 3. But,
Oh, I ain't got no Eagles credit card. My credit ain't like that. if I had to, but that's the situation. If you're trying to get in, that's a good way to get in. Or you could sell organs on the black web.
I'm running out of organs, bro.
Or you could always hit up Hollis Thomas. We can give you his email if you want. Shout out to Hollis. We're at the
load him up.
We were at the birthday party for Vince at the Philly Sports Trips. Shout out to Vince.
Yeah, Vince. What up, boy?
He was sipping on private stock, eating food. That's every time I see Hollis, that's usually what he's doing. On a private plane, first class, eating something, sipping on something.
Sitting on something.
We missed you, Evan. We missed you at the party.
I missed you guys by like 10-15 minutes. Yeah. I was went down, said what's up to Vince. Then I had to skirt out. I said on the last show there was some big news happening in the Hearn family. I want to congratulate both my sister and her now fiance Jake on their engagement.
Congratulations!
Yes. Did you give him the talk, F?
Did I give Jake the talk? No, I did not.
Yo, come on, man.
But we were at the engagement party talking afterwards, and I learned that my dad had apparently given Jake the talk.
You always got to give him the talk.
I thought it was hilarious.
That's all right. Leave it
at some restaurant that me, Lindsay, and Jake all used to work at the same time. My dad came in and pulled them out to the front of the restaurant. Let me tell you something.
Listen, don't play with my daughter, bro. You don't want me to show up over here, man. I'll come to your house. I'll be wherever you at. Don't play with it.
He's a good dude, and I'm happy for the both of them.
I can only imagine Prime's talks. When it comes time.
Listen, just have in the back of your mind, Bad Boys. Remember Bad Boys?
Yes.
Todd mentioned that you can get a discount at the Pro Shop too with the Eagles credit card.
Hey, Todd. Yes, sir.
So I got to get on it. Prime, how many points do you have already?
Go ahead, continue on. I'll do my search right now.
Okay. But shout out to Vince and Philly Sports Trips. But if you guys are looking to do a trip with the Philly Sports Trips, make sure you're following them at Sports Trips PHL. And if you want more information about any of those trips, go to phillysportstrips.com. We're still trying to decide. Not really. It's a toss up between games, man. I'm got to be at the first game. KC versus the Eagles, biggest game of the year. Got to be there. And then it's LA.
Which one do you view as more important than being at? KC versus Eagles or the first game of the year?
First game of the year?
No, you're out of your mind, bro.
No, I mean, you said me personally. Because I feel like
I think that opinion is crazy.
Because I haven't missed the game. I haven't missed the game yet.
That's fair.
Opening season. Gotcha. So I feel like if I miss the opening game of the season, then it's bad juju.
When did you start going to the first game of the year?
I say we lost the Super Bowl, bro. So I wouldn't worry too much about that.
When did you start going?
It's been a couple years, man. It's probably been like
years. Has it been
4 years?
6? Okay. So have we won any Super Bowls while you've been doing this?
We have not.
5?
So don't worry about it.
5?
You're just throwing in numbers now.
Try to do the quick math.
Regardless, I gotta be there, man.
Okay.
Yeah, opening day, I think is a good one. Like the KC rematch is great, but it's a regular season game right there. I feel like that those are two teams like Titans that playoff wise, like you go and watch. But opening game is it's optimism still, right? Unless you lose, which then kind of sucks. But yeah, that's
we ain't
that's
losing to the Pats, bro. Come on, beat the brakes off those fools.
Beat the brakes off in front of Tom Brady.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And he's like,
and people saying that Bill Belichick, if they lose out again this year, like this might be it for him. So I would love to contribute to the end of the dynasty.
Belichick, yeah, I like that.
I will say though, for as well as the Eagles fans travel, that first game is gonna be tough to try. I don't think we're gonna overtake Gillette Stadium when they're gonna be retiring Brady's number and all that. They're gonna show up for sure.
Shout out to Helena. She says retiring Brady's number. I mean, it's special for them. She was at the softball game. Shout out to her.
Do you think that once we just start absolutely trouncing the Patriots by like the second half of that game, they start to react the same way? Who was it that they had a memorial game at the Flyers? You remember years ago where they had the bracelets that lit up, and then the Flyers got it was like the owner had passed away, and the same day. It was like the first game after he had passed away. And they put on all the seats, all these like light up bracelets. And then the Flyers just got absolutely obliterated. Everyone threw the bracelets out on the ice.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
I was like, do you think something similar could happen with Tom Brady? Tom Brady, whatever they gave him for the fans?
You just throw the bobbleheads at the players.
Yeah, throw the bobbleheads out on the field. I don't want this shit.
Talk about Patriots. A guy that we recently talked about in a previous show by the name of this guy. Hopkins. He has a meeting with the New England Patriots. Now he wasn't on the list of the current quarterbacks that he would like to play for, so he visited the Titans. I'm not playing with Ryan Tannehill if I'm a wide receiver, and if on my back burner list. If I'm getting paid, I guess I could deal with Mac Jones. But
do you think that this is kind of how? Do you think it's kind of eye opening and how the rest of the league views him, where he kind of puts out there like, here's all the quarterbacks I want to play for, and then essentially none of those teams have a meeting with him, and he's meeting with the Titans and the Patriots of the world.
People have been saying that he lost a step. He's getting to that age where for wide receivers, especially with that heavy usage, where could be an argument made, right? I think to your point, it is sort of illuminating who has bit, right? The Texans had him, like he had an official visit, I believe, with the Texans too. Mm-hmm. So not even really teams competing as much as teams with young quarterbacks, or like question marks that could lead to a young quarterback. I can see why he would be really valuable to a Mac Jones or in Houston, but I'm good in Philly, bro. Right? Like again, he's 150 targets. Like that's so hard to divvy up and get the ball to that many players.
Yeah, I gotta agree, man. If we bring him on, I just feel like it's just gonna be a little bit of a burden to try to go ahead and satisfy him along with the other two guys that's already been, I mean, the big piece to this squad. So
Yeah.
I think I'm definitely with you, bro. I think I'm gonna step off on that one and just let him be, and I mean, whoever he decides to go with, that's cool. I mean, best of luck to you, but I don't want to go down that road.
If there's one thing I don't want to do, it's stop the progression of DeVonta Smith.
Yes.
DeAndre Hopkins is, he's one of the best wide receivers of the past decade. No doubt about it. But as we're looking forward to the future, in the now and in the future, DeVonta Smith has the right trajectory, man. And I said when we got drafted, I'll even go as far as to dig it up when I find it. I truly believe that if DeVonta Smith signs a second contract here, I think he will go down as one of the greatest Eagles wide receivers we ever had.
Look at Coach F.
I think, and if you bring in a guy like DeAndre Hopkins, that kind of stifles the whole process.
Now Sirianni kind of mentioned that like he's feeling the room right now. He likes what he sees. He was quoted to say, "Never know what's gonna happen, but I really like that room. I'm really pleased with that room." And I think we've seen AJ Brown. He's the alpha in terms of like, he can do it all. Like he will be infringing on some of his targets. I don't know if they're cool like that. I'm not going to say they have bad blood or anything, but like him and DeVonta, they said they talk every day. I'm sure when the news of like DeAndre Hopkins and Eagles talk, I'm sure these guys were like, and he ain't taking none of my targets. So I think we could put this to bed for now.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, agree.
I agree.
Now Sirianni was mentioned. They interviewed him after the OTAs. He talked about a player who stood out, and now he firmly
the birthday boy
firmly backed that man that everyone's been calling for his head. Not everybody, but there's people that's the narrative out there.
I have.
He says that Quez Watkins has been a standout. Ev, how do you feel about that?
In just being completely biased about it, I kind of like this is also coming from a space where I haven't seen this training camp. You know what I mean? I haven't been able to put my own eyes and see him breaking out the way that he's being described as. It kind of, to me, feels like one of those things where the coach is just trying to instill some confidence in him. I'm not saying that he isn't breaking out. He might be. I'm saying that it feels like they are trying to just get his confidence up so that he's able to, perform once the season comes around. That's just how it feels to me.
Bob from down under said it's just you, F.
Just me.
Helena says Brickhand Watkins. Okay. Nobody's holding anything back in the chat, but we're here for it.
What do you guys think when you hear? Do you think that is more of a confidence builder? Or do you think that he's really popping off this camp?
I think it's a backing, but it's also, if you're looking the deeper meaning, it could be keeping that stock up if you're trying to trade him.
I mean, also the beat reporters or folks that have seen the practices or caught a glimpse of stuff that was going on, they've mentioned Quez as one of the standouts too. So, could it be the Eagles trying to push that agenda? Of course. This is a $1 billion team, but it seems like something positive is going on, and he seems to be motivated just from like the cryptic social media stuff that he posts. Again, it doesn't matter, bro. You get between the lines, you either do it or you don't. Like all of the talking and stuff don't mean shit. These aren't regular season or playoff games, so like none of this is technically really meaningful if you're not a rookie or a young player. Quez is a vet at this point, so he knows what's expected of him. And if he can't do it, Olamide Zaccheaus is right there to fill in some of that role too. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Now, what are the chances you guys think Quez turns into Aguilar? Aguilar had a rough season, came back and lit the field on fire. I think I can go back. Was it the Cardinals game where he did the fall in the end zone?
Yeah. Against Buda Baker, ironically enough.
I mean, if he can have that type of year, I mean, like if anyone downs Aguilar, I always go back. Did you see the Super Bowl? His Super Bowl performance. At the end of the day, he helped us get a ring.
I got to tell you, the high five with Zach Ertz still lives rent free in my head when they went on that crossing pattern and they high fived each other in the Super Bowl. I was like, that's fucking awesome. Loved it.
Also, but I mean, like Aguilar was a first round pick coming out of college. He was one of the best prospects that was in that draft, right? Like Quez. Third round, like day 3 dude. Yeah, I'm sort of with Tim. What up, Tim? That like I don't think he evolves into a player that he was never going to be. I think that he's a good wide receiver for it. I still think the Eagles are asking too much of him, and so we'll see. But he doesn't have to do but so much behind two of the best wide receivers in the game, bro. Catch the rock when it comes to you. That's it, and don't fumble and do goofy shit, and like you'll be okay.
Yeah, that's really what I was gonna say too. Is that like it doesn't really? There's no real number you could put on and be like, if Quez doesn't reach these numbers, then this season was a failure for him. I think it really just comes down to like he is a role player in this offense, and all you need to do is show up when your number gets called. You need to catch the ball when it's thrown. You don't need you could have a stretch of like 2 or 3 games where the ball doesn't even come your way. But when the ball does come your way, you need to capitalize on those moments, man. Especially if you want to play for another contract for another team somewhere and potentially be their wide receiver too.
Now Todd says Quez is going to shut the haters up.
I mean, I hope that's the case, but I mean, I think that this whole Nick Sirianni is just blowing it out of not blowing it out of proportion, but hyping it up. I mean, just to build his confidence. I mean, like you guys mentioned, he's behind 2 of the elite wide receivers in the league, and like all you got to do is just one job, just show up to the game. I mean, catch the ball when you need to. These guys are going to attract a lot of attention, so that's going to open up a lot of opportunity for you, but that could also be diminished if you don't, do your part by catching the ball. So, like, that's the part you got to go ahead and really step up on.
See, the funny, I mean, disclaimer: I've done a pair of shoes for Quez, so I'm still gonna let it rip. These narratives would not be created.
You never posted them. It's
okay. they would not be created if certain situations didn't happen. Like we all saw the games. So at the end of the day, the only way that you could stop those narratives are if you listen to your captain, Jason Kelsey, and him talking, but giving that pep talk to the players, saying that you're the ones that can change the narratives at the end of the day.
Do you guys think that there is any sort of, and I don't want to say blame, but blame for lack of a better word, like last training camp when all the Batman talk started up, and there was swole Batman, there was fast Batman, and skinny Batman. He got labeled as fast Batman by Darius Slade. Do you think that kind of just put these sort of expectations on him for the season where fans are like, oh man, like he's popping off this year. Like, Darius Slade, the top corner on this team, is putting him in this upper echelon of wide receivers, saying that like, it doesn't matter which one you throw to, all 3 are ballers. Like, do you think that got put in the fans' minds where like, okay, I'm expecting a pretty decent season out of Quez. And then when he didn't cash in on it, when he had those mistakes, people came down like, yo, what the hell is this? I thought you were Batman, bro.
Well, I think his story arc was going there. Like even before he even became a thing, we heard about the development, his relationship with Jalen off the field, and then it transpired on the field. You saw it in training camp, and then you saw it in the open training camp. He had in front of 40,000 Eagle fans. We saw him ball the hell out. So we're like, that's the Quez we've been hearing about. So in terms of, I think confidence can be a thing. If he was less confident in this game, where he's like, now I got to show out. AJ Brown's over here. My touches are limited. There's I can't make mistakes like every rep is an opportunity to make a play, and if I don't make a play, but at the end of the day, he has speed that is kind of unmatched.
I mean, I think that from the end, he should be thinking of himself in that regard anyway, right? That he should be wanting to push himself to be the best, and so I don't think that there should be anybody saying you playing above what you're capable of playing. that's always been an expectation, is that he's the third wide receiver here that makes plays. And again, we're not sitting here like he should be the third 1,000-yard receiver. Nah, bro. But you should be reliable. And like that's what we didn't see last year. Like he had opportunities to make big time plays. Now, is it the Eagles need to stop relying on him in those key situations, right? Like, is that play calling? Is that personnel groupings? Like, you have to then start wondering, like, are you asking a role player to play beyond his role? That's coaching, right? And so, like, I think there's multiple pieces to this. But my expectation for Quez is that he's that third Batman in this offense, because if he is, this team is unstoppable. If he continues to be the weakest link and they can't find another reliable person, and God forbid one of these other players get hurt, the Eagles are going to struggle. We've seen that already. So, you know, I don't think anybody should be holding you at a higher standard than you hold yourself. I think Quez Watkins just needs to get serious and buckle down and just make plays.
See, Ev, he's talking to you, man.
I mean, that just, to be honest, that just reeks of Rager, bro.
Oh,
yeah, exactly. I don't want to see that. Like, that's corny to me. I don't want to see you run the social media. Y'all gonna eat y'all words, and then you're gonna drop a goofy ass pass and get booed again, and we go make plays.
You know what makes people eat their words? You ball out,
Success.
Bro. Yeah, that's what makes people go and like, oh, you know, all those times that people get caught on freezing cold takes and all this. Oh, Quez Watkins is blah 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 blah. You know, after you ball out, have 150 yard, you know, 1 touchdown, 2 touchdown game, then go dig up all those tweets. But until then, bro, don't be tweeting talking about we're gonna eat our words. You gotta do something first, bro.
Just shut up and play.
It's so easy. It's so easy.
Now, if we're being honest here, if you were a professional athlete, would you or would you not have a social media?
I would definitely have it, and I'll be talking spicier shit on there.
Okay,
too.
we got Prime. What would you?
I think I'm on my mouth, man. I think I'm gonna go ahead and run my mouth.
I'm be talking crazy.
Prime
I'm gonna back that shit up, though. So.
Prime, Evie, would you have a social media?
I mean, as a guy that, you know, sadly, pretty much lives on social media. Yeah, I think I would probably have one. I feel like I would try and have that KD type of
the burner
of attitude, though. No, I was gonna say a burner. Just like, yeah,
gotcha.
one of my favorite quotes of all time is just when someone was spouting off at KD and he just goes, "Look at you, emotional."
Like Damian Lillard, bro. Damian Lillard cook you like, yo, you like I made $330 million, bro. What are you talking about? And like that kind of shit. That's the whole reason I would have it. Like, did you see the contract I just signed, my boy? Yeah. Like, stop.
See how many commas are in my bank account, bro?
Stop.
Now, Bob says, take a leaf from Brandon Graham, blocked. But I think, see, the growth mindset here, which is a word that you keep on hearing throughout camp, by the way. Everyone's talking about growth mindset. But anyway, Brandon Graham blocked a lot of people on social media.
Mm-hmm.
And then through Jimmy Kempski, vicariously through Jimmy Kempski, he sat down with Brandon Graham and he started unblocking people.
Mm-hmm.
So I finally got I got unblocked, and then
you were blocked. I'm crying.
I didn't say anything. I was big. I was.
You don't just get blocked, bro. You don't just get blocked.
Yeah.
I think they blocked everything that had Earl in there.
Earl Thomas.
Earl Thomas.
Okay.
And I was like sticking up. So then Jimmy Kempski hit me up. I was like, yo, I just want to let you know that I was with BG and I unblocked you. So you good. I was like, yo, that's what's up. And then BG is now following 4th and Jawn on Instagram. So
to be fair, Gail, I'm still blocked by Zach Ertz. So
are you?
Yeah, I've been blocked by Zach Ertz for a minute.
I'm safe, bro. He ain't blocked me. I'm good.
I was blocked by Zach Ertz too. Unblocked now.
Said my mind. How'd you get unblocked? He did the same thing?
Unblocked, yeah.
Wow. I was talking about he should have gotten traded way sooner than he actually did get traded. I like Goddard.
But I'm not sure anyone was blocked. I don't think Prime was blocked by Drew.
Congratulations on your wedding, Lucky.
Not at all. Not.
Yeah.
I don't know if to make it easy.
Learn how to accept it. bro. All right, that's how you make it. That's how you make it. Right? Learn to accept it.
Yeah, to get that that was the last time there was a
that was the Eagles open practice, right?
Eagles open practice. I saw Julie sitting there. Prom was about to get married. I was like, this is the perfect opportunity. I'm not going to get this chance. So then she's perfectly right in front of where we're standing. I'm like, this is the opportunity.
It's like it was destiny.
I start talking to her. She's like, oh, this is awesome. I'd love to do this for Prime. And then she's doing the video, and then security comes in. Like, I'm like, we're kidnapping her. Like, look, she's just doing the video she's wishing my friend a message for his wedding.
Was it Dom that came and swept her away?
No, it was some rando security. But shout out to all the people that work there, just doing their job.
Yeah, they don't know who you are.
Who was the security guard that knocked over that other golfer? I'm not a big golf guy, but I saw the video of a security guard who tackled a former golfer that was trying to,
I didn't see that.
I didn't see that either.
He was just trying to congratulate. He had a bottle of champagne, and he was like spraying the champagne, and the security guard tackled him.
Did you see? You just got me thinking. Did you see the video of Jokic with the champagne last night?
No,
I haven't watched anything,
dude. Bro, it was kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. It's like he doesn't know how to celebrate. He saw it just like Jokic was in one corner of the room, and all the other players are like celebrating, spraying champagne on each other. And then he just looks at the bottle of champagne. He gives it like 2 shakes, and some spills out. He's like, all right, puts it down.
Because he doesn't it's wild, bro.
Yeah,
he doesn't care about any of this. And
no, he just wants to go back to Serbia. That's all he gives a shit about.
It's amazing he's as good as he is.
Yeah,
because everybody talks about Jokic. Like, really doesn't give a shit.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that's impressive, man. Like, that's impressive because he's one of the best players on the planet. To not give a damn is.
I would just like to go home now.
Yeah, and kick it with his brothers and like talk shit. Like, he loves talking shit. I like that about him. He talks some shit.
That part was funny. Where he's like, when's the parade? He's like, Thursday. I want to go home.
Yeah. Now, to John's point down here, obviously, Zacchaeus being brought in prompted that tweet from Quez. Now, what do you think Zacchaeus production looks like this year? Over under 40 catches.
Way under.
Okay. Oof. Way under. Okay. 25 catches and 515 yards. Over under.
I'll say, to be honest with you, I think I might still be saying under on both.
Well, this guy.
I mean, it's purely based off of what happens with Quez, right?
Yeah.
That like if Quez doesn't hit the ground running, that might be a clean over.
I mean,
if Quez plays well, then I'll take the under.
Probably what you got? Over under 25 catches, 515 yards on the season
for
Zacchaeus.
I'm gonna say under.
All right, so I mean he's replacing. Go ahead, Prime.
I'm gonna say under. That's what I said. I'm gonna say under.
So he was replacing Zach Pascal, right? So I'm looking up Zach Pascal's stats of last year: 15 receptions, 150 yards, 1 touchdown.
That's 20 yards a catch. That's wild. I would take the under on that just based off of that alone. No, I'm talking about freaking Zacchaeus. 25 for 515 is 20 yards a catch.
Yeah, that's insanity.
Tim says over. Will says under.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the under on that one, bro. Even if
I think he has comparable stats to what Pascal did last year. I think he just kind of comes in that kind of role.
Now, if we're gonna talk about last year, there was a guy here that was consulting for the Eagles, by the name of Vic Fangio. Now, he was recently interviewed at a Miami Dolphins training camp practice, and basically he, without saying it, he said it. He can't confirm or deny that he could have been the Eagles' defensive coordinator if it wasn't for the Gannon tampering situation. So Fangio may have accepted Philadelphia's offer rather than Miami if it was for Jonathan Gannon tampering situation. Now we did get some picks back. We got the flip flop, but how does this situation make you feel?
It's one of those things where I truly don't know what to feel, because I don't know how much to contribute to last year's defensive success to Vic Fangio. I know I feel like a lot of people want to sit here and be like, all of the good parts of the defense are from Vic Fangio and all of the bad parts of the defense are from Gannon. And I don't think that that's realistic. I think that Vic Fangio was definitely here in a consultant role. But I just don't know how deep his fingers reached within, the playbook and play calling and all that. So I don't know, man. I think Vic Fangio is definitely a much better defensive coordinator than Gannon, with that being said. And I think he'll have much better success there. But I like Sean Desai. That could be the homer in me, but I do like Sean Desai, and I'm kind of let's just let it ride, man. See how it plays out.
Is it a Temple thing? Is it a Temple thing?
Fuck yeah, it's a Temple thing, bro. Come on.
Okay, I'm happy that you're pro Temple.
Got Hassan, got Desai.
I just think if Fangio, because that's what I thought in my head. I'm like, maybe they're gearing up for Gannon to leave. They got Fangio waiting in the wings. He's in the hallways dancing around like KD, getting ready before. Remember, that meme where he's dancing in the. That's what I thought was going to happen. I was like, all right, we got a perfect replacement just waiting in the wings. Why did he just go to Miami? Like, why did that happen? Yeah. Was there some falling out? So I guess there's more to this story. I think we should call Scooby-Doo. Get to the bottom of this.
Call Scooby-Doo. Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of happy Fangio left. Just how all of that stuff happened last year, I think that it makes sense to have a clean slate. I think if the Eagles wanted to run a Fangio-specific system, you have to figure out how to hire the architect of said system. I think the side comes in with that Fangio background, but also spending that year last year with Pete Carroll and them out in Seattle, I think he learned a lot about length and speed and like the importance of those things within the structures of a Fangio style system. So I'm excited about this eye. I think that just having fresh blood in here on defense is going to be really helpful. I just didn't like the way things landed and ended last year. So, shouts out to Fangio and Miami. I'm sure that'll be a great pairing, but I think this eye will be really successful here.
And they do know how to develop, defensive backs out there in Seattle a lot yes, with Desai's help. And, you look at a guy that was a 5th round pick in Tariq Woolen last year, who quickly rose through the ranks as one of the top corners in the league. And I'm just sitting here thinking like, we already have 2 really good corners. So between, 2 veterans and now having Sean Desai, who's a good teacher of defensive backs, what does this mean for like guys like Josh Jobe? Like, could they potentially take that next step, underneath of Desai and playing behind these vets?
And real quick, just shouts out to Dante again from East Coast Gridiron, because he was we were talking on Twitter and he like said that in the DM. He said that Sean Desai played a big role in pulling into Tariq Woolen, and like he has a history of developing these taller, faster, longer athletes at corner. And then you look at what the Eagles did, right? They bring in Greedy. They got Mekhi Gardner. Like most of the guys that they got above 6 feet, longer arms, athletes that can make plays on the ball. And so, yeah,
Keely's
man,
6
like,
foot, didn't he?
Huh?
Keely 6 foot?
Yeah, Keely's like
6'1".
6'2". Yeah, like a big boy. So, again, I think it's a great fit. And also I'm just happy to have a clean slate.
I think Keely should get a prime helmet, if I'm being honest. A Georgia prime.
Listen, man, I'll make it happen.
Okay. Now other news. Good thing for all you conspiracy theorists out there. Josh Allen's on the Madden cover. There's no Jalen Hurts. We're all collectively happy about that, no?
Yeah. Did you see
the game looks horrible.
Did you see the poor Photoshop?
You said it looks horrible?
Yo, the gameplay is. I'm not gonna derail the show.
No, to your point, Mal. I mean, like when they were showing the features of the new game, and pretty much the only new feature I saw was the fact that with Pat Mahomes, you can do that Superman throw that was an incompletion in the
online.
Yeah,
how like that's going to be the most cheating shit imaginable.
But it's not even just that. Like everybody's out here dropping $70 on the differences, updated rosters, and now you can dive with Pat Mahomes. That's the difference, and that's the stuff that EA
the gritty.
Yeah, I'm just glad we're not dealing with Jalen Hurts and all that drama. And then he goes ahead and slides in the third. I'm like, I can't get away from this. But he's okay. He's okay. But I did want to give a shout out to Trent Cole and his camp. They're doing a football camp. And last year we all got a chance to me, Mal, and Prime got a chance to go see them live and in action. Hollis was out there coaching up the youth. It's funny because we all joke with Hollis, and he's a tremendous shit talker. When you see him coach the kids, he turns into like Coach Hulk. And you can't say no to a guy like Hollis. But what were your takeaways from last year's camp? You guys have a good time?
Nah, it was great, bro. Watching BG breaking down film and just sort of talking about what he sees. Watching Quentin Michael, Dan Klecko, Trent Cole, Hollis Thompson. You're talking legit NFL talent that was coaching up these players. I mean, even hearing them, got a chance to meet Jesse over there. That's right. Watching them talk about who was dogs and who had it and who was on the come up in high school. It was dope, man. It was a great experience for sure.
So I gotta agree. It definitely was a great experience seeing these kids, the grind that they had in them.
Yeah.
And then, watching Trent, Brandon, Quentin, and then like you said earlier, man, with Hollis, like he was just a totally different person. As much as we joke around with each other, but when he got serious, he got serious. And then of course it was fun when Brandon took us into the room, and then he started going over the Super Bowl. You saw how giddy he got when he was just talking about the video and his plays and everything. So the experience is fun. Definitely shout out to Trent Cole and his crew for putting this together for the kids.
So we have there's this thing that you could sponsor a camper now. Like, I don't know if you know about us. We try to do some good things for kids in the community. If you guys are interested, I've set up a GoFundMe. I will send you the link if you're interested in donating. But our goal is to send at least one camper to this football camp. Now, this camp allows you to talk to guys like Brandon Graham, Hollis Thomas, Trent Cole, Vinnie Curry, Jason Avant, Jamal Jackson will be there as well.
Was that Quentin Michael there last year as well?
Quentin Michael was there last year.
Dan Klecko, man. Dan Klecko was giving the jewels to these young boys about how to play. And he's an undersized guy that made it as a defensive tackle. So, you got to listen because he's giving you the technique work. So, it was, that was clutch, man. That was absolutely clutch.
I appreciate you, Dante. But, I have a link. I will send you the link.
Yeah.
Where you can donate. I'm
gonna smuggle a young boy in.
Man. That's the cool thing.
Team.
we us grown ass dudes are sitting there listening to Brandon Graham talk about the strip sack, and he's actually going over the moves on how he made that happen. And you can see everybody. It was like a pin could drop on the floor because they get this opportunity. And I'm like, how Trent Cole reached out and I said, hey man, I would love to. I think we should sponsor a camper to go this year. We can figure something out. Trent Cole's, he said he plans to come on the show and talk more about his camp. But I think if you guys want to donate, perfect opportunity to change a kid's life, man.
And if you haven't been convinced yet, just how good this camp is, you can go to the 4th and Jawn YouTube page and go check out the entire playlist. Video series that was made last year.
Evan's like, I spent hours editing that damn crap.
He did.
Yeah. Shout out to Evan. And shout out to Mal for filming at the camp. If I had that experience as a kid, if I could have Jason Avant telling me how to catch a football or Trent Cole teaching me how to
Jason Avant had hands, bro.
Did he ever?
Now, I actually can send out the link.
You send it, bro.
We'll see.
Yeah, Dante, shout outs to you, my boy. We know the vibes. Yeah, same over here, man. You know what I mean? If y'all got something, let us know. We all for the people. In the end of the day, we gotta hold each other down, right? That we didn't get to where we are because we were selfish and our families were selfish. We look out for each other. It's communal, man. We out here for real.
Now it's up to $420. It's $420 to go to a camp for.
Say less.
So I think we can get there. At least one.
That's how much it is to host them.
for one camper to go there.
Yeah.
I think we can get there collectively.
man.
And it goes back to listen to Brian Dawkins speak about his opportunities to go to a camp and what it did for and I'm thinking like, man, like if it could change somebody's trajectory.
Yes.
But some of these dudes are like D1 prospects out there. I'm like,
yeah, they had that one young boy that was out there that was definitely supposed to be going D1.
Yeah.
They had a couple of them.
Hey Chase,
And if you're paying $420 for, a camp, you take it seriously as well too. You know what I mean?
You would hope so.
Yeah.
My mother blew mad money on
Chase,
camps to me. I was playing around.
My parents would have told me you got no choice.
Yo, facts.
I'm taking a screenshot of people so I can reach back out to you guys.
And then we could share it right on the 4th and Jawn, right there. Like y'all follow on the social media. It'll be posted. Yeah. We'll share it from our own pages and stuff. I'm gonna get in there and talk with some of the homies, man. I'm gonna share the link to the people too that I know, because that's a great cause. And like, especially if you play sports, you know the importance of going to camps like these. Like you said, that could be, even if you don't make it, just the fact that you were in the space with these people that you glorify and you emulate and you look up to, it's life changing, man. So
great life lessons.
Shouts out to it. Absolutely.
We're gonna have Prime out there. See if you get a linebacker spot. Because you didn't play in college, so you got some eligibility left.
Yeah, I'm gonna donate you a knee ligament. We're gonna just trade it. We'll swap it out, man. I can't make it, but if you could get there, man,
I'll deal with the pain the next day.
Hey, Mal, they can put you a tight end, wide receiver.
I told my wife I still got 4 years of eligibility. Bro. I'm about to go to Temple, catch a pass, get my knee blown out, get this education, baby. I'm about to get this free learning.
I always think of it that like, man, I wish I had one more year, but I don't.
4 of them things. I
do not have
mine yet.
Any other questions out there that you or any topics that you guys had out there? If you guys have any questions, or shoot us your questions and we'll answer them if we can.
I want to know is this happening again this year?
Sadly, it can't, man. It is popping off this Thursday. I did get the invite, but I can't make it because I'm gonna be heading out to PR Thursday morning.
Oh yeah,
so, Puerto Rico. Yeah. Hey, we got we might need Mal to step in.
What y'all need me to do?
Run some routes.
Go up to the Nova.
Yo, what's up? Like I can't talk about this. I'm supposed. Oh Lord, no.
You got some torn ACLs or anything we don't know about?
No, I got a whole day step back meeting that I got to be a part of. So that's quiet.
I told Prime, I was like, I would if they need a steady key, I would have done it. Then I realized my godson is graduating. Shout out to JC graduating on Thursday.
Hey, shout out.
What about you, my boy?
F.
Ev, let's go, Ev. Next man up.
I can't this Thursday, unfortunately. But
look at him.
No 4th and Jawn representation.
Look at him.
No skill set.
Well, what time is this game at? What time is it?
It's like 6 in the morning, bro.
No, it's at 12:30. They asked them to be there at 12:30, and then they like do the. It's a real cool event, man. You meet other people from like the news stations, the radio stations, entrepreneurs who are out there doing their social media things as well. Nice. A lot of sponsors and stuff like that. And then it's just they do an introduction. How well you just pretty much introduce yourself to people, get the conversations going. And then like it was just crazy. Like it was kind of shockingly like how people would come in, they're like, yo, 4th and Jawn. I'm like, yeah, that's me. E-Rock was there. You guys saw the clips with me and Hollis. I was actually looking forward. When I sent the message to Dave this afternoon, letting him know I can't make it, he's the one that came out and was like, damn, man, I was actually looking forward to you and Hollis messing around this year again. So the fact that he remembered that was pretty cool. So yeah,
that's what's up, man.
Hey, tell him come. I'm limping there. I'm coming and I'll be throwing some passes.
Listen, man, I'm not gonna lie.
Exactly.
Playing that game last year though, I did mess up my heel because I didn't have the right footwear in that NovaCare. You gotta have the right shoes for that. If not, you're gonna suffer, and I suffered bad.
Shout out to you, Michael.
But no, that's a dope event. Yo, I don't know if y'all saw the Matt Patricia, Darius Slay was talking about. I forget who asked him, but it was. I found it just interesting that they brought Matt Patricia in, considering their history, he said some spicy stuff about Darius Slay, man, like stuff that you shouldn't really be saying to your players, especially your best players. And so I was always curious how Darius Slay felt, but he was always, as usual, the consummate professional. I said just his business as usual.
And those kind of things that if you're a football player, you remember everything that
on to that stuff. Look at Jordan,
a bad coach said to you. You hold on to that tightly. I could go to teammates and say, remember the time the coach put you in said that. I have a group chat of like 60 former teammates, and everybody has all these quotes of what our coach used to call them out in meetings. You could definitely tell that he hit a nerve with Slay, but he said he put it behind him. He put it for now.
Darius Slay to keep a person's male genitalia out his mouth, like plastered in front of the team, dude. That's a grown man.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild.
Dude, that's a grown man, homie. You don't do that. And that just shows the disconnect of Matt Patricia, right? That like you talking to one of your best defensive players, highest paid players, most accolades, and you disrespected him like that. That's why he got ran the hell out of Detroit. I wasn't super excited to see him scurry his little ass over here, but you know, if he could add something, I was trying to be nice to him. But I'll be curious to know what it is that he like adds to this to the equation on defense.
And I'm with you, bro. I need to know myself. I'm just still trying to figure out what was the point of all this. So yeah.
I mean, what do you say when you see him in a meet, like walking in no care?
Smirk at him, bro. Like if I'm Slay, I would just laugh at that man.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. Haven't seen his presence at the Eagles Autism. I was really curious to just give him a tap on the shoulder, like, "Yo, what is your purpose here?" For real, I really wanted to.
Patricia,
like, what is your purpose here? Like, I'm still trying to figure it out. And he looks totally different than he does on TV. I'm gonna tell you that as well. I was looking for the pencil. And then I'm looking for the big wave.
I was looking for the pencil. There was no pencil. I didn't even know who the guy was.
Yo, the fact that somebody had to point that out, like, yo, that's Matt Patricia right there. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, yo, totally different from what he looks like on TV.
You don't know, man. You got boys from Camden that'll run down on you, ask you what your purpose is, bro. They inquire on minds, want to know, brother.
They're gonna take your pencil, they're gonna sharpen that shit, put it back in your hat. Yeah, it works.
So get it. I
don't know about it.
Now, Tim brings up. Did you all see Akbar walk back his tweet about Derrick Henry? And that's a quote. Actually, me and Mal were talking about that a couple weeks ago. But the funny thing is, it's like when he put that out, I was just like, I can't even. Like, why would he even put that out there? Like, or
told you, clout chasing. Everybody falls victim to clout chasing.
I need to catch up. What was said about it?
No, well, he's the guy that originally
for Derrick Henry.
He said,
like it's a guarantee, basically.
Yeah.
He doubled down on it, and I was just like,
he was like, just watch.
Why would he double down? I did not see exactly what he said on his recent tweet, but
neither did I.
Somebody I guess they share the same agency. But I'm happy with the running back
trade on the table for
I am
Derrick
too.
Henry.
And I remember, this time last off season, I remember a lot of people guaranteeing the fact that Deshaun Watson was going to be an Eagle, and he's not now. And I'm glad at where we're at with quarterback. So
you still just talk about the different scenarios we could be in right now if we didn't. Oh man, it's just it's scary. It's
really Eagles country. Let's ride.
You're thinking of Russ. I'm talking about Deshaun.
I'm talking about
I'm talking about Gale
as well.
All of them.
Broad Street. Let's ride.
I even I was thinking earlier today about keeping Gardner Johnson. It would have been a headache, right? The like certain things we avoided that I'm sort of grateful for, because again, keeping Gannon for another year, like a headache, yo. So I'm grateful for where this team is, roster wise, coaching wise. Like I'm excited about where they headed in the future.
And it's a shame too, because like Chauncey really is a hell of a player, man, but he is just not mature yet, bro. He's still got a lot of growing to do. And I think that like at least me, when he was here, obviously I was a huge Chauncey Gardner-Johnson supporter, fan, all that stuff. But I feel like ever since he left, I kind of have just have the blinders removed as far as like, oh, you're kind of like a disruption, bro. Like you kind of like, you know what I mean?
Muted. I can't even see what he said.
Yeah, I was
relate.
like, you just
bro.
like to stir the pot. You're really not helping the situation
I
at
can
all.
relate.
Yeah.
Now, Sean brings up, he says, "What's up, guys? You think there's any chance of getting Buddha? Thoughts?" I think it's a Hail Mary type. I would love it, but you know, I think that would be the big splashy move but I think the Eagles have to see what they have in house.
Well, and I think they have been. I think that from what I've been hearing, Edmonds has been doing well.
What
you
I
know,
say,
I could totally see it from a depth perspective. If Edmonds is doing well, then you bring in Buddha, and then you could slide Edmonds back in the depth chart. But I don't know, man. It's one of those things where our defense is already really solid as is. I don't know.
I mean,
it's a splash on either end. It could be on. It's a splash if we go with Buddha on the defense, good. But if we go with an offensive weapon on the offense, great. So I mean, like it's either way, whatever way it goes, I'm good with it. But I just still feel like there's one more move Howie has up his sleeve
for sure.
Where do you guys think now that we're a few weeks removed from the draft and everything? What do you think ends up happening with right guard? Is it going to be Juergens or is it going to be Steen? What do you guys think?
I think they roll with Juergens first, and then
it's his job to lose. Yeah.
Agree.
Sports Illustrated had the trade. They had a trade scenario for Buda Baker. They said this is what they projected: a 2024 5th round and 2025 3rd round pick.
That's all costs. I would do it in a heartbeat. I'm not gonna lie.
They said
but it's the contract, bro. Because like,
Eagles,
he's making upwards of $20 million at the tail end of this joint.
Salary cap's not real, Mel.
Yeah, I mean it isn't, but it is though, right? That like it's real from the standpoint that if you restructure, you kicking it down the road, and so you got to keep playing that game. I think that sort of makes it a little bit more complex. But also, bro, like Reed Blankenship, Terrell Edmonds, Sidney Brown make for a half decent trio on the back end, right? That like I still say let it ride, see what they do in training camp. If somebody gets hurt, sure, you still got Justin Evans. Like there's a lot of talent back there that they really haven't had a chance to see how they fit in this system. And I'm also not convinced that Arizona is going to make that deal, bro. Like,
well, he did show up to camp too.
Yeah, he's been saying all the right things. Like Buddha, he's playing the good soldier. Respect to him for that, because my petty ass would have been at the home on Instagram, working out on my home garage, laughing and shit.
Deleting all your pictures of you in Arizona gear.
Taking all my Arizona Cardinal shit out my bio, on my burner, retweeting stuff. You know what I mean? Real petty.
Mal changed his bio.
Yeah, I'd have been retweeting the hell out that shit from my burner account.
Shout out to Zach, also to the softball game as well. I'm actually trying to finish up his customs. He's got some custom dad shoes in the works.
Wow, the New Balances?
Yep.
The Air Monarchs is the only dad shoe for real. Like that's all you're getting. That's all you're getting right now.
I
already know.
Nice.
So you get
that's the real dad shoe for the ones that don't know. That's the real one.
I was like, I was so excited to turn a pair of dad shoes into something as a challenge, and I think I'm
good, bro.
You might as well do one for Kelsey. Get some New Balances and hook him up.
I seen his New Balance. I thought about it. I was like, yo, let me get your shoes, man. Speaking of Kelsey, he's having the
Ocean Drive. Yeah.
People were putting in videos, and shout out to Lindsay Mateo. She had a great a video of her running for I guess there's like a what are they? They're having a contest, Flip Cup Championship.
Yeah, it's a like beer fest is what they're doing. If you've ever seen the Beer Fest movie, they're essentially having like a beer Olympics type thing down at this Ocean Drive bar. You have a team of I don't know how I think 2.
Well, people keep asking if we're gonna do it.
Man, if it was a weed smoking competition, I would.
Whoa! This is a children's show.
This is not a children's show.
It's legal.
Evan, let's
legal.
do it. Let's do it, Ev.
It's legal nowadays. What are we talking
let's
about?
partner up, man. Me and you. Let's go.
I'm in.
Let's go. Can't count on these two.
I just never been much of a drinker. I love some company sponsored Bud Light, but not much of a drinker.
Nah, I can't. No.
All right. Well, I mean, we'll talk about it. But people keep asking. Nady actually said that he mentioned something about it. Daniel says, "Do you think we finally get a back-to-back division win this year?" Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah,
there's no way it's not happening. We're not getting stopped. This is a great team. Great culture, great chemistry. AJ says nobody can predict anything Eagles decide to do.
Yo, AJ. Yeah, that's a fact.
Michael says that was effed up. Y'all talk about those rings. I saw a post this week about them, not Super Bowl, but still NFC Champs ring. Yeah, I saw that the Eagles players got their rings, NFC Champion rings.
I ain't into participation trophies, bro.
Next.
Is that
I am for the cave.
Is it? You consider that a participation trophy?
Hell yeah, bro. That ain't the Lombardi.
Absolutely.
I got the Lombardi trophy tattooed on my leg.
Listen,
I would get the NFC Championship ring tattooed.
Yeah, I watch a lot of social media. Shout out to Sneaky G, man. If you guys don't know who he is, he's a diehard New York Giants fan who lives in Dallas, like in the center of Dallas, and is always shitting on Cowboys fans. So that's one of the things me and him have in common. But I tell him straight up, like, I don't understand how you post all these rings on your fingers, and out of all those rings you have on your fingers, there's only like 4 Super Bowls out of that. I mean, mind you, it's 4. It is. But I mean, like, he had all these. He had all these rings. Like if he had won 10 Super Bowls,
I got you.
I'm like, bro, stop, relax.
It's like, I guess, like, you know, some dudes that buy their high school ring and they wear it.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, you know, it's a participation trophy. They tried hard and they lost. You got to sit with that. They get the ring, put it on, wear it, don't wear it. That's up to you. That's your prerogative. But in the end of the day, no one's goal was an NFC Championship, right? Like that's the step towards the end goal. So, you know, they're hungry for it, and I think this is the year, man. But I think every year is the year. Every time I wake up and it's preseason Eagles still, and they could look terrible, I'm like, listen, they're going to figure it out. It's this the year. And so, you know, we'll see. But that's the homer in me.
And to be honest, like, just think about it this way as well. Like, I don't know how you guys are, but I know for at least myself, I don't usually the past 2 times the Eagles have won the NFC Championship game. The year we won Super Bowl, I didn't buy any NFC Championship gear because I knew we were winning the Super Bowl and I wanted the Super Bowl champion gear. I did the same thing for this one, except I bought one knit hat that said NFC Championship, like in the week, whatever. I'm never gonna wear that hat. I don't want to wear that hat. It makes me depressed.
I buy everything.
Yeah, well, you're an addict, so yes.
Yeah. I ended up I was packing up some stuff. I came across a pin set that Prime actually inspired me to get. It was like a Super Bowl pins, and I never bought pins. And Prime's like, "Gotta get the pins." I'm like, I was like, I need more shit to collect, bro.
I started it last year, and I'm already like 30 something pins in. Like it's crazy.
I was like, but then I was actually happy that I had the Super Bowl pins. But talk about something other people want to have in their collection. Todd brings up what games do you think the Kelly Green jerseys are brought out? I'm willing to bet Christmas Day is one of them.
Christmas.
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
And then on social media, people put out some leaked jerseys, but I don't think these,
bro.
I'm not buying it.
But are you buying that these the real ones though?
No, but I mean, if they go that style with the eagle on the sleeve, I'm with it, but I just don't think that these are it. Like, you know,
I don't think this is the real.
Is that stitched or is that like screen printed?
No, that
this one's a screen one.
That's not stitched.
Yeah,
I need to stitch Jalen Hurts, bro. Like, y'all like killing me with this, son. Killing me. I got to stitch freaking DeVonta.
I'm just hoping for that design because that was the design that that I mean, I came into the
thing is, people put on. Obviously, we put stuff out on our socials.
Oh,
I try not to put stuff out there for clicks, but people are saying that they were at the I got upset was when they started saying that they were at the team store.
Like,
team
store, yeah.
Can you see the Phillies jerseys behind in the back?
Yeah, I'm like, stop, man. Yeah. I mean, shit. Even the wife hit me up the other day because somebody posted a logo change to go from the original the logo that we're at right now to this crazy ass logo. And when she sent it to me, I was like, I bit my tongue at work. Like, when I get home, I'm gonna get on your ass. Because why would you even look into something stupid like this? Like, come on. Don't piss me off.
I'm not gonna lie. I saw those videos and I thought that girl did some cool designs for some other squad.
No, it was cool designs. Absolutely.
The Eagles one was trash.
No, but I always look forward to like the May 4th when they do the Star Wars logos on the helmet. I like the designs, but nobody's going to touch that design, man. Like, don't play around with that.
Yeah,
especially with all the goddamn money I got in here off of this logo. Don't play with me, man.
Yeah, that tweet that I got that went out with the about the about the jerseys. I mean, I was getting text, tweets, everything. Everyone's like, "Can you buy me? Can you get me this?"
Of course, yeah. That was that was coming. Y'all got dibs on that.
Can I send you money? I only have enough money for these guys here.
Yo, don't send me no money, bro, because I'm running off on you like the plug. You ain't gonna see me again.
So if I find some jerseys, should I reach out to all of you guys and say I'm buying jerseys?
You don't need to drop a rack in the fucking
pro
shop for me, bro.
Well, I know Prom's gonna want one.
Yo,
fucking right.
That's right.
I want one, bro. I got
just
that
say
cash.
yes or no, because if not,
Jalen Hurts,
no problem saying yes. You gonna get it? Yes,
yes. I'm gonna pay you right back.
Okay.
Evan Pride getting in the way right now.
I just want to
frugal gang. He gonna go down with this shit, man. He know the
I should have said yes.
Mm-hmm. Sick as hell.
Nah, I'll be all right. I'll get to sleep at night. Trust me.
Yeah, that's the part I'm afraid of this upcoming season, though. When those Kelly Greens drop, everything Kelly Green merch is going to be crazy. And knowing my ass, I'm going to be suckered right in.
Oh, yeah. Yes. I'm doing well, though, bro. Like, I haven't spent a bunch of money. I'm being financially responsible as a new parent.
Oh, here we go.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm focused. I'm doing the right stuff, bro. Until, that's how I'm going to feel with them Kelly Greens.
Don't start that shit. Because my two little ones upstairs, they good as hell, too. But, you know what I mean? If I'm going to go ahead and spoil myself, I'm going to spoil myself.
Helena says, any thoughts on Yannick? You got for
his prime years are behind him, man.
Yeah, he a rotation dude.
Yeah,
but like, is he going to get burned over Barnett? Like, sort of redundant at that point. I feel like we got horses.
Yeah,
got a lot of horses.
Same. Rack Shack is only interested in Super Bowl rings.
Only one that counts.
Shout out. Let's see.
I got one for this finger. Now I need one for this finger.
Facts.
Rob says, "Did you see what they're said about us on ESPN? What did they say?"
Who is us?
I don't really watch ESPN that much.
Yeah, ESPN don't know shit.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Mr. iFlow. I came across one of his old mixtapes from back in the day.
Okay. Yeah, brother.
We've
been trying to connect on this 2K. He played the mode. I don't really play. I play the mode. He don't really play. So we still trying to figure it out. But shots out, my boy.
I directed a little Mr. iFlow's first video out there.
Nice.
Did you?
So it's on YouTube.
Nice.
I don't know if it's on par with Evan's editing.
Yeah.
But it's up there.
Yeah.
What else? I think before we get out of here, I want to give a shout out to Bud Light. Shout out to Bud Light for sponsoring us, for helping out the tailgate for all these years and doing the Lord's work.
Keep doing the Bud Light for standing their ground too. Shouts out to y'all, man, because them people tried to come and get you and flip you all around, and y'all stood y'all ground. Respect to you. Salute.
Hey, bro. Bud Light stood by us for 5-6 years. We're gonna do the same thing.
Shout out to Conshohocken Bakery for all the work that they do on game days for us with the tomato pies. Give them love. It's the 50th year of them being awesome.
Congrats.
We haven't had pies in the game.
I haven't had a tomato pie in a long time, dude.
Yeah, I drove by Conshohocken the other day, man. I was really tempted. I'm not going to.
They had him all out his way because of 95. My son over by Conshohocken.
If I'm gonna be sitting in this bitch for a minute, I might as well take this exit. You know.
Yo, so how are you dealing with the traffic? So that means you're going up 476 afterwards?
Nah, I'm good. It's just the traffic that has to. It's the people that have to get that way.
Yeah. Are you taking exit 4 and going over the bridge?
Oh yeah, man. As soon as I get the opportunity to get on that Commodore, I'm out, bro. I'm not messing around. I'm not trying to hit 95 for shit, but you know, I mean, it's just crazy. I don't even know how people are. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I know Common Avenue, and I've been there a lot, but I really didn't know the effect that it took until just recently. I'm like, holy shit, this is really crazy.
Yeah.
Wealthy Mind says that those random pictures of new Kellys, are they legit or shit from Vietnam? I don't know, man. They didn't look. My one of my homies, I'm not going to say his name, but he has his share of bootlegs.
Oh yeah, they be copping bootlegs.
And he said
a bootleg Vic back in the day. I had to get that
they're bootlegs. He's like, those are just like my bootlegs, and I'm like, okay, say no more.
Say no more.
Bob from Down Under says, I'm planning on throwing the biggest party at the 49ers game. You are forewarned.
All right, get to Tone. Keep asking this question. Actually, it's an interesting question about the re-option rule. Y'all saw the rule change or whatever, that like quarterbacks can now be hit until they're absolutely like declared out of the play.
So the question is, do you all think the read option rule would have any effect on our offense this year? I'm debating with a Cowboys fan.
If you're able to get a lick in on the quarterback, I mean,
they always try.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's kind of like the number one goal of a defensive lineman is like if you have an opportunity to get a hit on the quarterback, you take it. Because if you can rough him up, if you can get inside of his head, that goes a long way for the rest of the game. So
it was force him to stop running that damn play.
So it was a thing back then. Why not? You know what I mean? Why not now?
Yeah. And in the end of the day, Jalen Hurts gets hit outside the pocket all times. The NFL's been calling it like that. Yeah, we'll figure that out tonight. I got you. But they've been calling it that way forever with running quarterbacks, right? That like they're always susceptible to additional hits because they're still runners. So it's not a huge change. I think them not overruling the ability to push somebody on fourth down for them cheating ass scrubs we be doing. I think that was important. But they gonna hit them either way.
Now, yeah, I mean, while we're here, shout out to Hollis Thomas out doing some Eagle stuff today. This guy's got a busy week, man. He's eating lots of food, hanging out with the rookies, sipping on private stock, going to parties, living the life, man.
Yes,
living the
life, bro.
Living the life. Guys, got any big plans for the weekend?
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna be heading out the PR on Thursday. So
yes, sir. It was this trip out of the blue.
Almost Father's Day.
This is a family vacation that we have planned, and it's finally here. So looking forward to it because this is gonna be little man's first trip to PR.
Nice.
Yeah, my daughter already had her first trip there. It was a great experience back in 2018, but yeah, the family looking to catch up with them. I haven't seen them in a while. Always keeping up with them on social media, but now being able to be in person with them is always a blessing. So yeah, looking forward to that. We leave early on Thursday. We'll be there all the way up until Monday. Come back late. Try to get in as much as we can.
Nice. Are you teaching your kids Spanish as well?
Yeah, every time me and my daughter had this thing, like she always asked me to put her to sleep, so I'll say a few words for her to repeat. She's been doing pretty good.
Nice.
So I mean, it was just something that like I really didn't get. I kind of like had to learn on my own when I was younger, but yeah, trying to teach her right now is the perfect age to kind of teach her because her memory mindset is real good.
Right. Yeah, they're really flexible.
Yeah, she's picking up on that pretty well.
I know 2 words she won't forget. Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday. Changed it up today because we're trying to watch our figure for the trip. So I went with a salad. I went with a salad today.
Eating a salad 3 days out, like ain't too much gonna change.
Went to the salad. Been doing a little bit more gym work this week. You know what I mean? Hey, look, man. I'm going to the motherland, so I gotta
represent, bro.
Oh yeah.
We gotta comment. Happy Father's Day to all who are celebrating. Is that this weekend?
Yeah, Sunday, man. My first one. Hey, about to be turned up. About to be lady. About to have a good time, man. But yeah, just my mom and aunt coming down. We're gonna take little man over to the aquarium. So that'll be his first time over there. Prime, I'm gonna hit you too, because we're gonna talk, because I want to pull up with you. You know what I mean? Had a whole little family excursion one of these times.
No doubt.
But yeah, we taking him to the aquarium to go do that. Celebrate my first Father's Day, kick it with my dad as a father for the first time.
Oh shit.
It's just dope, man. Like, you know, it's a beautiful moment in life. And so to be able to celebrate it with so many people I care about, it's just gonna be a lot of fun. And just excited, man. You know, football gonna be here before we know it. I got the full court press on Evan Hollywood Hearn, so everybody know. I'm on his neck right now. He putting together this project for me, so I'm calling his phone every 10 minutes. I'm texting him all the time. I'm driving him crazy. But nah, man, I'm looking forward to finishing this collaboration with him and releasing it in July. And that's pretty much it for me, man.
Yeah, sitting in on that filming. I mean, I feel like it's going to come out really well. I mean, not because I'm editing it, but because the guys that you were able to find for interviews, the ones that I've watched, I mean, you know, some powerful stuff. So I'm looking forward to putting that all together.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, bro.
Yeah, I ain't going front, bro. I always watching some of your videos on the gram and everything. You got some. You hit here, bro. I'm gonna tell you that.
I appreciate you. I know how hard that was for you to tell me, bro.
I ain't going front.
Make sure you guys wish Nick Foles happy Father's Day, because you know, being the father of Tom Brady,
famous football player,
you know, just
that's older than him.
Just let him know, because he was his dad in 2017. Funny, so make sure you let him know. That's hilarious. Let's see, but I mean, you gotta wish your fathers happy Father's Day. They did all this stuff for us. Shout out to my dad. He gets a double bonus. He gets a happy Father's Day, and then it's his birthday next week.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Ooh, nice. That's nice.
So I gotta come out of my pocket twice.
Yeah, there you go. It's the least you could do, Gail.
But last word before we get out of here, we'll start with you, Prime.
Want to give a big ups to my little princess. Her last day of kindergarten was today. So she be going to first grade next year. So you know, I mean, it was last Wednesday they had like a little picnic for them, because they don't do kindergarten graduations anymore in Jersey, which I thought was whack. But hey, look, she enjoyed it. We were there with her, so the moment, you know, I mean, it was definitely noticed. Big ups to damn, man, I'm missing something here. I just had it in my head, man. No, the Father's Day, you know what I mean? Big up, Mal, your first one, man. Pretty sure you're really looking forward to it. It's a great experience, your first of many. So, you know what I mean, enjoy it. Because, you know what I mean, as time goes on, I'm going to tell you right now, they start diminishing a little bit.
Right, facts.
They start diminishing a little bit. But, big ups to all the kids who finished school, man. I mean, as I'm riding through today, a lot of high school graduations, middle school graduations, you know what I mean? This is that time of the year. So, you know what I mean? Big ups to all those people. And, I think that's it, man. It's something I feel like I'm missing out on something, but if it comes to me, I might have to interrupt one of you guys. My bad.
Mal, last word.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna always start it how I do. Shouts out to my wife, because she makes all this possible. I can hear the little homie in the background screaming. He been on her neck all day today. So definitely shouts out to Allison. Shouts out to y'all too, man. It's always fun to get on here and talk sports. You know, I think it says a lot that we could talk for almost 2 hours and that not a football game has been played. I think it's just a testament to our passion for this and also the love that we have for each other. Shouts out to the comments too. Same folks always in there vibing. And man, just be safe this weekend. You know, we just had to live through a damn post-apocalyptic firestorm. And so since we got a little bit of fresh air to breathe, make sure y'all get outside, touch some grass, man. Enjoy enjoy the fine air and festivities, and just again be safe.
You see your see Ev's ear perk up when you said touch some grass.
That's not why my ears were perking up. My ears are perking up because that's actually where I was gonna go with my last word. It was gonna be a big FU to Canada for blowing all that smoke down our way. Yo, if you looked at that map, bro, it was ridiculous. Like the entire eastern side of the United States was affected, and then just like that one little county where the fire was happening in Canada, where Canada was affected.
Yeah,
That was some bogus shit, bro.
it definitely was.
But you know, it is what it is. Yeah, dude. I really don't got much, man. In these, you know, months in between football season, it is dry, bro. And now we got, you know, the Stanley Cup playoffs. I'm gonna watch some hockey tonight because I don't know what else to do with myself. I guess.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude. I love sports, bro. What the fuck, you know?
Go to Knights. Go to Knights.
Yeah, I don't give a shit who wins. I just, you know, I just want to see someone like raise a trophy or some shit. That shit's cool.
Yo, I don't give a shit who wins.
You could always watch the Eagles replay. You know what I mean? Sometimes I do it.
I do too, man. But like, I can only let myself do that so much before I start to feel like a Cowboys fan, bro. You can't just like. Because I'm being real with you. Like, I kind of clowned Cowboys fans for years about, like, the whole, oh, you guys haven't won anything for nearly 30 years, blah, 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 blah. I mean, we were in the Super Bowl this last year, but, you know, every year that passes is another year that's been since we've won our first Super Bowl. So,
I mean,
you got to get back in there, bro.
You got a Super Bowl in your 20s at least, my guy.
Hey, dude,
I got a Super Bowl, period. You know how many
dude,
Eagles
my
fans
grandfather
bro,
waited 80 some
it.
odd years, bro. Like, yeah, I'm thankful. Don't get me wrong, I'm thankful, but I want more. I'm greedy.
Just like want it now. But before we get out of here, just want to mention again, we are, as a group, we're trying to send a camper to the Trent Cole football camp. We're trying to sponsor a camper. If I screenshotted some of the other guys, I will reach out to you guys directly. I want help. I mean, at the end of the day, man, it's if we could change a high school kid's life and put them on the right track and send them to a football camp, which is insanely dope because we all went there. We saw what it entails. We got an opportunity to train with Hollis Thomas, Brandon Graham, Trent Cole, Vinny Curry, Jamal Jackson, Jason Avant,
Michael, Dan Klecko.
They're not going to be there this time. But overall, you know, the guys that I mentioned, Provantage Solutions does a great job. So if you want to help us out, send a student athlete to this camp. We're trying to get one camper. It's only going to cost $420. I know that number is ringing in Evan's head, but for other reasons. But $420. $420.
Some sort of stoner, bro.
My last word is I appreciate you guys first and foremost. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Appreciate all the fathers out there and Nick Foles. Make sure you guys are staying safe, like Nick Sirianni said. To the last words he said, make sure you don't get in trouble. Stay out of trouble. Just be resting and hydrating. We'll see you guys in the next one. And as always, fly, Eagles, fly.
Go Bird.